Blushing.
Oh, we blush in here. We have fun. Hi everyone. Welcome to another Will to Witch RP Live Play TTRPG session. What is Will to Witch RP? Well, that's a couple of Faye, me, and Lachlan. We are so in love with sharing stories that we quit our day jobs and we created our own company to create high quality and exciting TTRPG experiences full time and share them with you. And tonight we'll be playing Starfinder. But before we get into that, a few quick introductions of who's coming to us at the table. We have Sirenscape here, providing all of our background music and sound effects. It's a fantastic and affordable sound collection that you can find at sirenscape.com. Foundry provides all of our background map needs, right? Is that great?
Yeah,
That's Foundry.
map needs, character sheets, rolling, all of that required to play Starfinder. It's in Found.
And then our lovely character art is provided by Ansorge Digital on Instagram. So you can check them out there. And I believe that is all we need to go over before I toss this over to Sakura.
Yeah, thank you. Well, welcome to Homeward, this actual live play live stream of Starfinder. And let's do a quick recap of how the story has been going. Last time, our um, group of misfits, squad of misfits, um, managed to go investigate this abandoned mining outpost, put it back online, and clear it from some scrap golems. Find out some information pertaining, possibly the reason why this was abandoned, and some odd information about possible news from some years ago that seemed to be aligned with the story of the end of the war between the Vescarium and the Packworlds and the arrival of the infamous swarm. But that was like 20, 30 years ago, and this outpost seems to be abandoned since then around. But once that is cleared, they go back into the Drollark, inform the crew to that it is clear and they can go in to start extracting as much resources as possible. And in the meantime, our group of misfits, we're being misfitful. That's not the word. They were going around. One of them decided to basically make a jetpack for themselves. Another one was having just some, usual isolation mode until it was requested their presence to accompany Nelodius after some unnerving dreams. And in the midst of all of that, Kasinkara, our counselor Shirin, was informed by the bridge that they considered that it was time to inform the rest of the ship that they were appointed as captain. After a speech given to the crew and to the bridge officers present, there seems to be that the spirits of the overall crew were somewhat lifted now, knowing that there's a face that they can consider or and look upon as a leader. But because we right now have one player resting due to migraines, we're gonna put a pin on the present and go back some undisclosed time back into the past, a time where memories were still fresh, there was adventure to be had, and a mission to which, to all our three current players here, is still unknown. But among the frontier outside of the Pack Worlds and the Vescarium and to the fringes of this area, there's a small planet. Livable seems to be. Some areas seem more dry than the others, but there's fringes around this planet near water that you can see out from orbit. The green plains and forest where life seems to be growing, and out into the void, there's a rift in out of the drift as the Drollark emerges and arrives into this planet. we see this shot of the ship approaching forward into the planet, pointing directly at adjusting and pointing directly toward the area where it seems to be more green, areas and zones, and we move across its long gray hull with the letters indicating the name of the ship, some icons indicating that it belongs to the Pack Worlds, and the hangar doors opening, getting ready to launch some ships, and we move into the bridge. There, the various officers are working, doing their normal tasks. In the situation table with a hologram showing apparently an outpost down into the planet, and two individuals just talking between themselves. One seems this um, human with somewhat silvery hair, kind of short, well kept. He has a very, I wouldn't say regal, but very stalwart and confident pose without trying to impose into anyone. Listening to what seems to be the first officer in this timeline, well, alive and still human and not calcified, is informing a couple of things, and then the door opens and entering with part of their officer uniform, but also some like a very adorned jacket, somewhat colorful, and with their cane just echoing a bit through the metal floor. We see Nulodius arriving to the bridge, and the first officer nods to him and walks away before the captain looks toward you. Officer Loris, good to have you here.
It's good to be here, as always.
Yeah, we arrived to the planet that I mentioned to you. They were asking for some help on crops, making sure that their colonization efforts were alright. We have some equipment being set by engineering and the assembly to be dropped there. It's going to take a couple of hours to do so and, send the team to go there. So in the meantime, if you don't mind, I think you would very much like to explore a completely new world. Go down there and help them with setting up their crops and making sure that everything is all right over there. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I've been doing all my research about what this looked like before terraforming, what it looks like now, sort of different climate, the produced atmosphere. It's going to be a riot. Trust me. I have the perfect plan for how we're going to set up the crops for this cycle, and then the nitrogen fixing for next cycle, and on and on and on and on. The captain's eyes just glaze over as Nilodius.
For a moment, there's a very respectful. It's very clear that there's some of this stuff that is kind of flying above his head, but he's being very respectful. And what interrupts you is not him, but a very somewhat a firm voice that comes from the situation panel. Professor, are you done with your monologue? And when you look, you see this humanoid virtual form of what seems to be an adult in the uniform, very firm stance.
Well, I am now.
The captain looks at it. Thank you, Adjutant, but it wasn't necessary. I was honestly being quite enlightened by the professor, but there's definitely a bit of a hurry to get you down there. The chief is not very happy when there's a delay on the ships, and you know that, so we're ready to go there. We also ask a couple of individuals from the crew that are proficient in computers to go down there. One of them is from the recommendation that you sent me. They seem to be quite proficient. I talk a bit with them. They seem good. They seem good. Just keep an eye on them, please. Though I think you're already keeping somewhat of an eye.
If it is who I'm thinking about. The very best.
He nods and overall just looks back to the panel. Okay, Adjutant, let know the chief that the professor is going over there. And also, is the new pilot at the ready? Yes, Captain, the new pilot is at the ready. There was an insistence by the legatus to keep some extra security just in case. Um, Professor Melodius,
Yes.
or, well, as bridge officer that is going to be somebody in charge of operation down there, I would ask you to just keep an eye on the on our security detachment and the legionnaires that are going down there, and on the new pilots. They've been working well in the past weeks. There's been some good reports from the counselors that he's doing good, but just keep an eye, all right? And any observations or anything, let me know and let know the counselor team.
Sending us down with a loose cannon.
It's not so loose as it might seem. I have talked with him too. He's a good kid, just had a rough going.
Noted. I'll keep 2 eyes.
Please do. And if anything, just communicate back to the bridge, and we have communications open all the time.
Very well.
As you go, he turns around and goes to the front of the ship, begins talking with the, well, for us, very familiar navigator and pilot. For you, Nolorius, you have been seeing them for now a while, though in this memory you're not sure for how long you've been in these kind of trips, but the feel you have out of this is that the bridge and just talking, like everyone is just, there's been a while, everyone working together and getting the things done. Curiously, in this memory, you don't see Pokeball around the bridge.
Noted.
You turn around and door opens and begin making your way toward the hangar. In the meantime, in the hangar, there's people moving some equipment for terraforming, some more or less pieces built up for habitation and things like that, some containers. One of the wonders is being filled up in particular with containers, and the other one, there's 4 secure individuals. 2 are just the normal guards from the Dralark. There is 1 Skyfire pilot, and there's 1 Legionnaire that seems a little bit more, with a little bit more experience than the rest of all of them combined. And as they are walking into the Wanderer, they're accompanying a 5th individual. Working attire overall, and their overall appearances seem to be a bit haphazardly put, and what distinguishes them a part of the tracker on their ankle is the what is it called when the 2 things are not matching? Mismatching.
Asymmetrical.
Mismatching android arms. Amos, as you're being escorted toward the cockpit of the Wanderer, the Skyfire pilot, which you have noticed that they are armed, definitely. Do you imagine part of it is just the security going into, planet side, but there's probably there's another part that is just. You know? Yeah, the ship guards makes sense, and
I'm
the
the
extra,
problem.
the extra security, that's for me. All right, kid, listen. says this Reforian. They look like a bit of almost yellowish golden tint to their skin, kind of almost the opposite of what we would remember Megan being of this pale color. This is more of a bright, yellowish, almost goldish color. Their ears elongated, no hair, as is walking along with you. All right. Well, you will be my co-pilot. I will be keeping an eye on you. You won't be piloting, but you will be just making sure the systems are working. All right. First, because you know why. Second, you're still getting used to that arm. So, any funny business, you know already. For the meantime, go and make the checkup on the ship. Make it ready to fly up. I'll be keeping an eye on you to make sure that you're doing everything right. Any questions?
If I had any questions, would they actually be answered, or are we just gonna move on with our day?
Depends on the questions.
Then I guess we'll move on for the day.
Right, go on then. And as you're moving forward, there's a bit of that weird flash of this memory, and also recent memories for you of thinking, this guy wasn't a good pilot,
No.
and I was
I'm
training
better
them.
pilot.
Yeah, and I was training them, but in this one it seems that he's just right behind you, making sure you're doing everything. You sit down and, you know what? Roll me piloting.
Roll pilot flight checks. Okay, here we go.
Ha ha,
Yeah,
training wheels.
5. Well, when you're a criminal.
Yeah. Right, good. As you sit down and begin doing the work, there's just a little part of you that is, for moments, struggling on the arm specifically. It's not that you do not know how to do it, and there's just gets a moment that you just grab the arm, move it to your chest, and just begin doing it everything with just one hand.
It's new, I'm not used to it.
Yeah, there's just that feeling that a bit of a weird phantom limb situation that technically you have one, but it's not yours.
Yep. I don't know how this works.
Yeah, eventually you get it to move a bit more and so on, but this Skyfire pilot is just staring at you. Part judgmentally, part of, like, a bit of disdain, but there's also part of, like, evaluating how you're doing it, and there's a sensation of, like, out of the corner of your eye, noticing that it's just, like, nodding in a somewhat approval way.
Is everything to your satisfaction?
Well, the ship seems to be ready for takeoff. I will be taking the controls. You will be monitoring anything else, and just taking notes on how to fly properly.
That is what the co-pilot does.
Oh, we're gonna have fun. He goes and sits down, and you see he opens communications. Where are the civilians? And you don't hear the response from the communications, and then you see him nod. Okay, they're arriving then. Right, get ready. You see, he sits down, puts the belt on, and the security things for the pilot. And in the meantime, there's this group of civilians, some scientific, some engineers, the majority have uniforms of the Dralark, but there's a couple that are just casual attires or attires more pertinent to whatever might be their specialization, and among kind of mingling in the middle of this small crowd of about 7 people, more or less. There's this a thin, human-looking individual, pink hair that is trying to, be as small as noticeable from anyone else. And as you are walking along, everyone, toward this shuttle, you have heard that they're called the Wanderers. You have in this moment, in this memory, you're kind of remembering being in some of those a couple of times now, but not many. And there's a part of you feeling nervous of getting away from the small hiding hole you have made inside the Drellark, but also another part of being relaxed, of being on planet rather than in the middle of this ship that has gone through some stuff recently.
Yeah, I think he's leaning into being able to be on the planet, not so much for anything besides knowing that there's only so many places you can run in the ship if you needed to.
Oh, the dogs are following us.
Yeah, the dogs are outside.
He comes with an entourage of puppies.
He really is quite the catch.
Yeah, you're walking there and looking over your shoulder, looking around, picking up where there's extra security, which you have noticed has been increased since recent events. You're not sure how long they've been, but it seems somewhat fresh in this memory. And as you're looking around, you hear a slight commotion of someone talking loudly. And when you look over there, you see a very familiar bridge officer, which you look at them and feel a bit of comfort as they're walking with their cane, as they're kind of doing like a hand gesture of like, sure, to the terracing this four-armed chief of the hangar, as it just seems to be grumpy and walking away from whatever conversation they were having, and it's trying to catch up to you guys.
The hangar officer is?
No, you Melodius are approaching the group of civilians that is heading toward the hangar.
Gotcha.
The hangar chief is Terracin is just going away.
Sorry, I misunderstood.
It's okay.
Yeah, he's hustling as fast as he can, and when he catches sight of S, he's going to maneuver to sort of pat S's shoulder and just say, "Glad to see you could make it. I did put in a recommendation for this. I just I thought you might want to the opportunity to see the surface, but if that was presumptuous of me, please I apologize. And of course, you free to back out at any time. I just it's really a fascinating process watching the original crop introduction of certain planets. Particularly, you have to be very careful as you're making a whole ecosystem and not just what the settlers are looking for. But that's not interesting. Sorry. There's going to be a bit of a technological aspect of getting all of their automated systems online. So I thought you might be a good fit for that. Good attention to detail and.
I'm glad to take up this recommendation. And as he's saying that, S is making full eye contact with Null.
I also thought maybe, local settlements like this have some charming, taverns or tea houses or whatever your preference might be. I don't know if we got the chance. Would you be interested in sampling some local cuisine, or if not, that's fine. But I thought it might be.
Yeah.
When in Rome.
We can take a stroll about. And maybe, who knows? Settlement might have area where we can trade for some books.
Oh, yes, it's been far too long since I've walked into an actual real bookstore.
The ones on ship just quite aren't it.
It's not the smell. They don't have the smell.
Yeah, you begin um, walking into the. You actually have arrived to the Wonder and take seats. This Wonder in particular seems to have been arranged so there's more capacity for people to just comfortably, relatively comfortably sit in there and be passengers in it. And as you do, the other security individuals, ship security, enter along with this Skyfire mercenary that seems to go a bit to the front and sits somewhat near the entrance to the cockpit. And they sit down, get their gear set up, and the doors to the Wonder close, begin to lift up, and you feel a bit of that shaking before the ship systems make, stabilizing it so you're not shaking the whole entire time, and you don't suffer from any, g-forces or anything else. And in the cockpit, Amos, it's been a while since you have been flying somewhere instead of being stuck, and it's a bit of like yay, but also frustrating that you are basically being, like co-pilot on this and not doing anything big because this guy is flying safe. This guy is taking its time. It's not doing anything crazy, so.
You don't do things crazy all the time, only when they're necessary.
Yeah, but this one is, you're seeing some stuff from your controls that is like he could be a siren a bit more here. We could be doing this just to be,
Or he could be
just
doing
being
this better,
quicker.
obviously.
Yeah, but he's not. And you're like, okay. So you just lean a bit on your seat and take into the direct view of this planet, which, as just a small ship, it is immeasurable how much of the direct horizon covers, and then a bit of the smaller edges of it just being covered in blackness as it goes down. And it takes some minutes as it at some point accelerates a bit more for going through the atmosphere and not having too much turbulence. And getting into it, you're hit by a bit of the heat of inside the ship and also of what seems to be the atmosphere. The temperature controls inside the ship kick in to balance it out, and you begin seeing the formation of that some areas of this planet are arid. Seems to be more of a temperate dash hot planet, and just looking at it, bored in a way, but also for a moment feeling a bit free and not as restricted.
I'm
And
also like, a dude is said I'm taking notes, but they're how he can improve his flying and nothing else.
yeah, there's just points. You just begin taking pointers of what he can improve
Yeah,
rather than
what
you
you
could do.
can do better.
Yeah. So after a while, you see a kind of an area that seems to be a bigger clearing, and you begin noticing some buildings. At much the biggest building you see, it's of maybe 3 floors tall, but they are sparse, and it's more seems to be like a new, quote unquote, new established colony. There's like maybe like 100 buildings or so. It's a bit sparse. There's areas that are more clear out, and there's the landing area seems to just be a large metallic plate where the Wanderer lands. The pilot begins doing some checkups, so just to leave the ship there, and you see he looks out to the back of the ship. All right, We arrived, everyone. Can get out and do your business. We'll remain here for a bit. And you, he looks back toward you. The captain said you could walk a bit around as long as you don't go away, but we'll keep an eye on you.
I expect nothing less at this point.
Yeah, my friend over there will be along with you. Don't worry. Go on. Have fun. You see, he kind of sits down and begins checking some things in the computer of the ship. Maybe he's doing some adjustments.
Yeah. Apparently with my new best friend escort, I will leave the ship with the science people.
Yeah, as you're moving out, you see that most of the people of the Drellar crew have already moved out. This other security guards are moving along with them, and there's some talk outside. But this particular this particular Skyfire mercenary, that it's a Besk, basically, like a large reptilian-like individual. Just has this laser rifle that it seems. In general, the laser rifles are kind of black, sleek looking, but this one has some markings indicating that it probably belongs to the Skyfire Legion. Looks at you. Hey.
Hi.
Are you ready for a walk?
You're talking to me like we're gonna be friends, and we're not.
No, we're not. We're not at all. Don't worry. You won't even see me coming if you try to run away. And it disappears.
Neat trick.
Is it immediately obvious who the probate is?
Is it the one with the tracking ankle on them?
For
The
you,
6'7" android?
the bridge officer, you know, because this has been talked in meetings and stuff like that.
So, Null stands up from where he has. Immediately upon disembarking the Wanderer, he crouched down and just like took a handful of soil and was like sort of looking at it in his hands, being like, well, it's important to know sort of the grain size makeup. Helps with irrigation and all that, and then sees that interaction happen, like reaches for S's hand to stand up, like dusts himself off. What do you think he did to S? I was told that we have extra security, and I've sort of heard some whispering about it in the captain's quarters, or not the captain's quarters, in bridge officer meetings and so forth. But we don't really have. I mean, if they have the down low, it hasn't been shared with me. Have you heard anything?
It was interesting for a time. I kept an eye on him in my own way, but he seems to be settled down.
That's boring, S. I mean, what did he do? Why does he have
That's
extra security? Why is he missing an
Um,
arm?
Roll
It's not missing an arm anymore.
roll intelligence. Roll
Ah.
memory. Straight up memory. Intelligence.
I can do this too?
Yeah.
This is great because I can blame any lack in my player knowledge with like, well, Null doesn't remember that in this flashback.
Yeah.
I don't remember if I know this.
It's okay. It's okay.
You know why? But whatever.
Intelligence.
S with a 10.
Yep.
Okay. And Lotus with a 17. Okay.
17.
So both of you looking at him, looking at Mac, there is. You both know from where Mac was capture. Was going to say obtained, but that's not the right word.
Obtained?
Yeah, that's not
Like
the
my
right
roly
word.
polies. Like my wild caught
No, I
bugs.
think, yeah, at the point in which he was captured, it would be obtained.
So this was after a pirate incident that involved the Dralark, and this is a prisoner that as you're not sure why exactly, but Mac wasn't directly part of your interest. Directly, it was, let's say, it was part of the interest, but it wasn't the interest, if that makes sense.
I'm picking
But
up what you're throwing down.
yeah, but it's not at this moment. It's like, well, just the leftovers of something you don't anymore need to worry about. For you, Melodius, you a part of this information has been like, well, kind of bored about him, about of this parts in the meetings, because you have your opinion, and it's kind of high in the pedestal about it. So the opinion of others is kind of like, okay, but the captain says so, so fine. You remember that this individual, you're not sure where it was in terms of like the pirates, like if it was just a grunt more, if it was like a rich officer, if it was the right hand of the captain, no pun intended. Um, but it seems to be that they were willing to just reform and they were given a chance. You're not sure why they were given the chance, and why it seems that in general the other pirates have not be given that many of a chance of the ones also in the break in the ship. But it's kind of like, not sure why this one was special in that regard. Maybe something that the captain mentioned about just giving a second chance, something. But that's more or less what you recall in this hazy memory.
Intriguing. Do you think he's killed anyone? Anything juicy like that? Or just sort of, I don't know, pirates surely have staff, interns?
From the looks of him,
That's not killed any interns.
who knows? Maybe he has killed someone.
How intriguing. How salacious. Let's go talk to him.
Okay. I would like to make note that S has not dropped Null's hand during all of this.
Okay.
Yeah, Null is gesticulating with just one hand, though I will be using both.
Okay.
I wasn't expecting the essence of, let's go talk to the criminal. From Null, of all people.
I'm a scientist. I have to poke that which I don't
I'm a
understand.
scientist.
I'd like to flip over the rock and see what's underneath it.
Okay.
Makes sense. Yep. You go there, Amos, Mac. After this individual just vanished, and you're just left with the idea of, okay, fancy, whatever. You just walk out, and you're taking a bit of the view of this section of the rough, but maybe honorable, maybe um brave life that all of these colonists have been having for doing this, and in a way thinking of like the similarities to your past activities, but also maybe this could be something else that you could be doing. But your view is interrupted by these two approaching you. One that you, neither of them you recognize them, but at least one of them, the La Shunta with the cane and the purple hair, um, has part of the attire of what seems to be a bridge officer. So it's like, oh, maybe they're the chiefs of this group.
My bug light.
No,
Hello! I hear you are a troublemaker, but you've been given a second chance, and I'm intrigued about that. How many newly settled planets? I out of character, am having such a hard time calling these people colonists because that has such a negative connotation in my mind. And I know they're just out here living on a planet. You know?
Uh,
Oh yeah.
expeditionaries perhaps could be. I think in terms of this,
I think nobody's an
roll me
fancy
culture.
one.
Let's take a moment to roll culture. Why
Yeah.
not? I think Nulodius would have taken the time to consider and ponder about this kind of thing.
Is there an
Nobody's an
indigenous
overly fancy one.
population? I need to know. Okay, what am I rolling? Culture?
Oh, yeah, culture. For this one, culture. Yeah, yeah.
Oh
Great.
no! That's a natural one.
Not great. It
You
is a
are
natural one, but still a 14. So
14. Yeah, that's a strong nat one.
it's a one, but it's a strong one.
A strong one, yeah. Um, so you're thinking about this, and you're like, I mean, this is a planet far from the pack worlds. There's nothing in here. Maybe animals, beasts, local fauna, maybe some exotic creatures that exist in here. There's no other There's no other living sentient creature in this planet.
Congrats, you're the English.
You see, the fact that's what I get with the natural one makes me worried, but
Spoiler. No, there isn't.
okay, good. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
in general, in terms of Starfinder, not a lot of planets have real indigenous sentient creatures, but when they are, they're interesting. But no, this is a completely arid, not populated planet. And in general, the pack worlds have a culture of welcoming others and helping them, in a way. I wouldn't say elevating them because that's rough, but
Mm.
giving them a more advanced technology so they can prosper. Which,
Gotcha.
yeah, in general, that's a policy that the pack worlds have compared to the Beskarian that is like, yes, you're in our system. I'm gonna give you a gun and you'll be part of our citizens, or you will be part of the second-class citizens, but you will be part of us one way or another. Yeah, the
Okay.
Beskarian are a bit more rough on that side.
I demand consistent ethics in my sci-fi.
I have thought about the ethics, believe me. I take way too much time on that, but you are 100% sure, no doubt, this is a planet free of sentience.
Is this your first time on a newly colonized planet? I hear you have perhaps a rough background, but I'd be very interested to know sort of your experience level with this.
And Mac is gonna pull out a cigarette.
Oh.
And offer one to Melodius.
No, thank you. Takes
and
a
then
couple.
He's gonna light his.
As soon as Mac lights up the cigarette, S reaches across and will use his thumb to put it out.
Ooh, ooh. It's all right. But I'll just
But we don't smoke around the scientist. All of them, but particularly this one.
We all have terrible asthma. Every scientist has asthma.
This is more of
It's genetic predisposition,
right? This is just us being us. We can smoke
right.
later on. I understand the need, but not while Noel's around.
I have a delicate constitution.
You do seem to be delicate.
Well, you're so. Why did they invite you? Just curious, it seems like maybe you're on. Are you out on good behavior? Like You're not going to tell me.
You
Fine.
do seem to be pretty smart.
Sounds like an insult coming from you. Anyway, we're
A
falling
lot of
behind.
things do.
I try not to take it personally.
Do or don't, I find that either way people don't seem to like me here.
Not with that attitude, they won't. You have to.
I've tried other attitudes, and yet here we are.
Maybe try smiling. Getting a hobby, you know, you could tell knock jokes or something. No?
No.
Okay, fine. We're needed at the city center. Come on. We're I'm sure your minder will be following at a respectful distance.
You start ahead. No, I want to give a word to our friend here.
Okay.
And as soon as Null takes a few steps ahead, S will pull from his own pack or his own pocket a pack of cigarettes and offer a fresh one to Mac. An apology for my rudeness earlier.
No, you're fine. No rudeness.
Gonna keep this real short, real sweet. I know where you came from. I understand the situation you're in. I understand that you're playing nice and you're being good. Keep that up, and we won't have problems. Just because you're not an interest to me now doesn't mean that could change. And without anything else, S just gives a clap on the shoulder and follows after Null.
Should run along there, man. Don't know what you might miss along the way.
He stops for a moment, doesn't even really turn, and
Not an insult, not a threat. Just a piece of advice. You tend to miss things when you aren't looking for them.
and other things seem to pop up when you aren't looking for them. And then continues walking along the way. Long strides, and then slows down as soon as you're back at Null's side.
As you reach Null, you're about to begin maybe talking a little bit when you hear a bit from not far, but in a very be like 50 feet away, 40 feet away, you see an individual calling loudly, "Hey, are you the ones from the Dralark?" And you see this. With a word for this individual. Well, first of all,
Brash.
dwarf, in terms of the fantastical species of dwarf.
Mm-hmm.
You see the bushy but short, compacted beard as it will go into you. It gives you a very, very big I am administrator of this place vibe. But not in the I run things, not in the landlord individual, but more like I am the jolly person that helps everyone in this town. I'm probably not very good at it, and everyone else is doing the proper job, but he's a good face.
He's got the spirit.
Yeah, he's got the spirit. In gallons compared to the rest of the individuals. You're the ones from the Dralark!
That would be us, yes. You're the one we're
you
looking
are, Professor Dr. Nolorius Officer Fearson. Sorry, good to meet you.
Just Null's
It's-
fine, yeah. So
No, okay.
shakes hand. and far be it from me. Apologies for being forward, but you have a magnificent beard. I just, game recognizes game.
Absolutely, it's just one has to find the products in the nature to keep it well like this. It's not often that we get a shipped near here that can give us some stuff. So we get some good goo from some plants. We get some water from over there, and things like that. Being honest, I am not very good in terms of the plants and stuff, but I'm good at money and I'm good at things here, things there, administrating the coin and things. But you are here. Let me come on. Let me show you where we need some of the work.
After you.
Begins walking, guiding you away, and as the three of you are wandering around, Nelodius and S, following this administrator, and Mac just hands in pocket, smoking, striding along, staring back at people that stare back at you. Things like that. Amos stuff, Max stuff.
Why be nice if they're gonna be unkind to me? I'm just not gonna care.
Yeah. And every now and then trying to look around to find any clue of where this particular Skyfire Legionary is.
Oh, Max stopped trying to find them like 10 minutes ago. He's just there.
Yeah, it's part of I'm not trying actively. Just was that sound maybe them? I don't fucking care.
Yeah, I don't care anymore.
Maybe trying
me,
to
it's
do
fine.
them. Yeah, you're just wandering around, and for you, no, well, in general, for all of you, see, there's various homes. There's people of different species here and races. There's some you see a couple of how to put it. Best way to put it is like those sea slugs that have the form of a cone.
Yep.
Sorry, I was trying to figure out what word you were looking for, and sea slug was not on my not the top 10.
Yeah,
sorry.
those sea slugs that are like in a cone, and you see that they have a lot of tiny feet moving around. It doesn't have the cone itself; it has that shape, and you see them just moving around, along with some different, more how to put it, more common species. Less Junta, humans, androids, Vesk, some skittermancers, small, tiny four-arm, furry creatures that are just going around doing some engineering, are arguing between themselves. You see some Isoki here and there. It is a lively place, and it seems that they have done enough work to make this colony well established and surviving. And as it takes you a bit to the side, there is they get to a point that that is on the outskirts of this colony area. After he's the dwarf is talking and talking and talking. He's being lavish in the um praises to your beard and your attire, and how he misses a bit the pack worlds, but seeing the beauty of the it's just throwing praises left and right to all of you. It stops trying to do praises at S because it notices immediately that S is just like, thank you. Just dry, not dry in the in a bad manner, but just like, I'm not going to engage on that.
It's you're thrown into a situation with two people who do not know how to shut up.
Well, as the two of them continue on their conversation and S drones out, we do have to take our first ad break here. So stick around with us. We will be right back to continue along with our story. But before we head out, I do ask that you let the ads run. They're important to us here at Little Witch RP. They help keep our games affordable. If you want to directly support us, you can do so through my Ko-fi. Link for that is on screen and then in our chat room. Donations unlock awesome perks for the entire community that benefit everyone who play with us for the next month. A full list of those perks is available on our Discord. So stick around with us. We'll be right back. All right, we are back.
Hello.
Hello.
I
Hi.
timed this poorly and I have a bunch of buttons in my lap, but don't mind me.
Buttons. Button up for continuing the story then.
Very.
So, as you reach this section, this outer section of the colony itself, you see there are, areas dedicated for farming, for crops and things like that. There's a section dedicated for the what do you call it? For cattle or the equivalent of cattle. Some species you just recognize. Some seemed like, oh, that seems like a subspecies of something else we have seen over there back in the back worlds.
Hmm.
But in general seems a standard for any sort of a small colony established. And the administrator is like, oh yes, yeah, here we have all of the plants and stuff. It's just, well,
Plans and stuff, yes.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not very familiar with any of this. Let me call for our scientists. They said that we're gonna be over here. And you see that it moves to the side and begins doing a call through there. And um, as he's doing that, I need both of you to roll perception.
Perception. Okay. I also have. Sorry, one sec.
Yeah, don't worry.
Have you ever wondered what it would sound like if someone poured several hundred buttons into a salsa jar?
I love it.
No,
What?
but I'm glad I do now.
I like the sound though. Well, personally, I like that sound. It's like, I don't know, it's
ASMR.
relaxing. ASMR.
S got a 25.
Mm-hmm. 25 is good.
And I also have an additional question along with this perception. Are there any livestock that are lizards? 33.
Damn.
What does that get me?
Oh,
Does that give me lizards?
There weren't lizards before, but I've manifested them.
Show me the lizards.
you're as you're looking around, and you see you hear the administrator being like just starting from like just being like, hey, come over here, to be like, what do you mean you haven't seen them? Where are they? Can you call them over here? What do you mean they were on the crop sites? What are you talking about? I just keep having like some sort of confusion over their comms. And you're looking around, both of you, and you do see the uh, the area overall seems well done. There's some areas of improvement, in particular for you. You'll notice that you're more proficient in this type of knowledge. And at that moment, you both notice that on the area of the fence leading to the what would be the cattle, there's a section that seems to be broken.
That doesn't look good.
No, but it looks interesting.
Hmm.
With
What
that
kind
roll,
of broken?
Melodius, answering that question of what kind of broken, it seems that it was like torn open. The sections that would be metal and would have some it doesn't have lasers itself, so it's not like hurtful, but it has some on the above and below some electrified sections to prevent any smaller creatures to get under, or anything jumping over. But it seems the metal has been grabbed and torn open.
Seems like a cattle's been rustled.
Welcome
And
to Jurassic Park.
Oh my goodness.
And Melodious, as you're looking around, like wondering what happened over there, you notice a bit better areas that seems that the ground, that something was dragged across the ground, and hear a crunch sound. Not like a crunch of someone stepping on something, but more like someone um munching into
Oh,
something. That's the kind of crunch of that, maybe accompanied by some softer sections being torn apart. And yeah, it is unnerving. And when you look a bit more, you see a bit in some areas of the trees, which are not, it's not like super dense, but still you see a silhouette of a large creature, kind of like a back hunched down as it's like moving. And with every move it does, you hear another crunch.
no, Nell's like staring at that and like, as, as, as. Do you see that?
I'm assuming that after it's pointed out to me, S would be able to see this.
Oh yeah, you see that. You see perfectly the silhouette that under the trees it obscures its color and its form. But now that you're both seeing with that perception check, I would say you adjust a bit your eyes and see this kind of a teal-ish coloration of what seems to be a completely bare back of big muscles, large, bulky arms, and with question, Noloris, how loud were you when you were saying S? Do you see that?
He certainly wasn't being subtle. He's
Yeah,
not a quiet man.
yeah. When you say that, you notice that it stops, turns ahead. What seems to be like strands of loose hair coming from up down from this humanoid
Oh,
shape. The eyes seem a bit sunken, but they glow a bit, and the jaw extends double, 3 times the size of the face, with gnarly long teeth. And, you know, for an avid reader as you, Melodius, you may have to recognize this as one of those fantastical creatures from Tales, a troll.
oh,
As it opens and growls, the mouth extending way too long, the belly just moving around as it stands up 8, 9 feet tall and begins lumbering toward you. I need you
Um,
to roll initiative.
as
ah!
this is happening, I want to I'm letting Null hang on to my arm, but the other half, seeing this thing starting to jaw open and move, I'm looking around trying to spot Mac in the crowd.
That was gonna be
Yeah.
my next question. Can I see any of this thing?
You're not seeing yet, but you hear the growl, the guttural, low growl coming from a nearby section that you are, and I imagine you would begin making your way.
Yeah, but first I'm gonna say, hey, bodyguard guy, or whoever the fuck, invisible dude, something's happening and it's not involving me. And I'm gonna go towards it hoping to God he follows me.
Oh,
Jokes on you. It was just standing inside the ship. When the
Oh.
invisible sit down to a nap.
Oh man, that would be the
God,
greatest
that's gonna
thing.
suck. I have
I
no weapon, I'm assuming.
well, you're not
You don't
yet.
have a weapon.
Not yet. I've got a plan. I can't roll the initiative. There's no combat.
I know. Give me a moment. Give me a moment as I put the troll over here. Oh
Why is
god,
there?
that's
Oh, why is it so large?
He's so
a
big.
big. It's a big creature. I'm just don't worry about it. It was put on very quickly. I didn't add it
No
the
worries.
thing. Where's the other guy?
How do
Here's
I-
the guy.
How do I move my boy?
We're
Wow.
paused. We'll be
Okay.
able to move once.
Okay. Game on pause. Don't worry about the position and everything. Why I cannot select you guys? Oh, I guess because this is not gridded. You know what? I cannot. Oh, odd. I cannot like do the thing for selecting all of you. I wonder why. Is it because I have this? No. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right click. Double
I forgot my
combat.
turn.
There you go. You can now roll your initiatives.
Wow. Okay. How do I?
If you're looking at your HUD, there's a little dice next to your weapons and all that stuff, and that's your roll initiative button.
I feel so old when I
Hey.
try to use Foundry.
So you can
Same.
also, if you have this new layout up, above
Mhm.
your character, you see like the icons of the weapons, and to the right of them, you see like a small dice icon
I
that
see
says
it.
roll initiative. You click on that.
What does a 6 get me?
It
Last.
gives you the last of the
That's okay.
initiative. Yes.
That- I've got spells. That's fine. I'll
So
wait.
I'm gonna say over here, you two, and ah, let me see. Let me see.
Please let the 21 be first.
No.
If something is before me, I'm so fucked.
Let me see.
Why-
Where?
I
Okay.
like to think that the troll is the person we came to see, actually, and we've misjudged it, and it's gonna turn around and be like, "Thanks for coming. We're having an issue with our drainage system."
That would be so funny.
Like this is the head farmer, and we're prejudiced against trolls.
But I'm
Um,
pretty
as-
sure that the troll is eating somebody, so.
Yeah, as it growls and you see the mouth opening, which if I can later on put an image of the troll from Starfinder, they have way more teeth than they should have.
Oh, good.
Yeah, as it opens the mouth, you see what seems to be like a humanoid body dropping out of it. And the administrator, very obviously at hearing that, shouts in a very scared manner, begins running away. As it's the start of your turn, this thing seems to be like 50 feet away from you, inside the tree line.
Uh, cool. So, the first thing that I want to do, is draw my, okay, from before initiative was rolled in that brief moment, was I able to put eyes on Mac?
Not at the moment.
I'm behind you, so
I mean, I
Yeah,
was kind of looking around, so,
not yet. Yeah, you don't have eyes on Mac yet.
cool. Then, I'm going to draw my pistol, for now. And I would like to step in front of Noel.
Mhm.
Wow. Maybe.
Yeah, this is a representative.
Yeah. So it'll be fine. We vibe in here. And you know what? Yeah. I'm gonna take some shots at the troll.
Any particular kind of shot or just straight shots?
I'm
Normal
deciding
shots.
on that actually.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what? It's just going to be. I'm just gonna do the just one shot. I don't think I want to do a trick attack, and I don't want to shoot myself in the foot by trying to do full attack and get that debuff.
Why not a trick attack? You do you. You do you. I will not.
Be-
I will not question your decisions.
because I don't have anything to stealth with nor computerize. Like this is a
But
troll.
you can do bluff, intimidate, or stealth, or computers if you so wish.
No, you know what? Fuck, I'll do intimidation then. I've got ranks in that.
You're scary.
Yeah, I can be scary. All right, so all right, so I'll do a trick attack then if I'm doing bluff. Or no, not bluff, intimidate. And so I gotta make that check first.
Yeah, that check is. Let me see. DC equals 20 plus your target's CR. Okay.
All right, and Jack of all trades does not apply because I have shit in it. Nope, that's a 19.
Nope. Nope. You try to intimidate initially by just shouting at it, and it shouts back at you, and you're like, oh, like, no.
So it still gets my attack though.
Yeah, you still take your shot.
Does a 25 hit?
It does connect.
I would hope so.
No, it does not connect. Yeah, it connects. You pull the weapon out, pop your shot. 4.
Or piercing. Yep. It could have been better, but I failed my trick attack.
Okay. Perfect. It will take then that damage.
I do want to keep a eye out for Max still though.
Okay. You keep an eye out. No, do not put the. How do
Don't
I apply the
immediately kill
damage?
the boss.
No, I'm having issues. Hold on a moment. I'm leaving the troll at 1 HP, and that shouldn't be happening.
Hold, please.
There it goes. Okay. You take your shot, and that was your that trick attack is a full action. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, just one shot. Next one in the turn order. I forgot to begin. Amos.
So I'm gonna assume that I just as handled themselves pretty good, but they're also defending Melodius, who
You hear from a
has
distance.
cane and asthma.
Yeah, you're beginning running, thinking about this. It will take your full action to get there. Just sprinting, just letting
Yeah,
you
I'm
know.
gonna do that.
Okay. As you're doing that, just yeah, that's gonna be.
Yep. Just gonna go.
You eventually, as you're running, you get there and you see the troll. You're now it would be, like a good. Let's say like instead of the 30, it would be like the like 40, 50 that you have a clear sight into S and Melodius, and you see now the creature that was shouting, which immediately gets you into a mode of like, oh,
well, shit, I don't have a
that,
thing.
yeah, you don't have a thing,
Uh-oh.
but you're there.
I'm there, but I don't have a thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
So this took quite all of my actions. So it was Is there any way that I could get closer? To them. My movement
No,
speed is 30.
yeah, you would get there just using your
Yeah.
movement, but yeah, and you don't have a weapon on you.
Yeah, edit to full action. Okay. Yep, that's it.
All right. So as you're getting there, you're just looking at the situation, being like, "What the fuck? What to do? What to do? What to do?" And let's see. I'm gonna say that hits. That is not in the visible rolls for some reason. Oops, made that.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever. I mean, that still hits. You are like getting there, and you're like, what to do? And from behind you, you hear a loud shot, like like ballistic, a ballistic weapon just bam shooting, and you see how it impacts right into the. How do I do damage on this? Ooh, ooh, ooh. 12. How do I reduce the damage here? 61. 61. Uh-huh. Does that calculate? That's not. No. No. I'm doing it wrong. Somebody save me.
No.
I need a calculator. 61 minus 12, that is 1, 2, 3, 58.
61.
1, 2. No, that's 59. 49. There you go.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. And as you hear that, you turn around, Amos, and you see the Skyfire Legionnaire suddenly appearing, and you see that the rifle that we were carrying, you didn't notice at the beginning, but it seems a sniper rifle. It takes the
My
shot.
God.
You see, it frowns heavily at you, lowers the rifle, goes to his holster, draws a pistol, and flings it at you.
Thank you. I'm gonna take the gun.
Yeah. Give me a moment as I'll put the gun on your belongings.
I was also going to throw my gun in the case that Amos didn't
Stop
have anything.
throwing guns.
It wasn't a good idea, but it was the one I had.
Just everyone throwing guns at Amos. Actually, just the
Firearm
one gun.
safety.
Just the
There's
one
a
gun
troll.
being tossed.
You
The
think
one gun
S
being
cares
tossed between
about
Amos and
firearm
Naka.
safety?
Um,
I was a Boy Scout. Dive
Amos,
hard.
check your inventory.
Hello.
There should be a new weapon. Oh, my
There
bad.
is.
I forgot to give you
It has no
munitions.
ammo.
Yeah,
Bonk! Bonk!
That would be the
This
Give
is
me
worst.
my
an- what
melee
was I-
gun.
I could throw it at him.
yeah. There you go. There you have it. It is loaded, and it throws you this, like, again, stylistic black laser pistol that has some adjustments that make it look just like a
I figured it out.
it's just like a Skyfire weapon. And
It's a dragon drop. Sorry.
yeah, and that is his turn. It move, it shoot, it shoot, shot, and now it's the troll. Why it's not showing the troll thing? Give me the troll thing. Let me see. Well, first, because it's a troll, you see that some of its wounds are, where the two shots that they just received, one being a bit more gnarly than the other, begins to, like, you see the flesh begin to move physically and begin to close. So
I didn't know they could
It-
do that.
it's a troll.
Yeah, they regenerate. It's fun.
And it will move toward you. S, because you're the closest thing.
That's fine. I can take a hit. I really can't, but
Yeah, it begins moving to you, and because of its large stature, it gets to a point that it can reach toward you, and that was its move. So it will now try to do what it will try to do. Let me see. Why not? Why not here? It will try to bite at you.
yeah, have it bite me. It's fine.
Don't sound so say about it. I'm gonna sneeze.
Bless you.
You scared off? Is that
I know.
what happened?
Scare the sneeze. Scare the sneeze.
When I said I'm about to sneeze, I thought, oh no, I'm scaring it, and I felt it was going to like, no, okay, I can do it, and then you said that, I'm like, no.
I could do it.
Ah. 23 toward your KC.
Oh,
Yes?
yeah. Fuck yeah.
Okay. You will take 11 piercing damage as it moves its large hand and just gets its claws right into your chest.
Oh.
And it goes for stamina first, right?
It goes stamina first, yes. And it will end its turn. And the next one in the turn order is Melodious.
Yes, with my 6. So I thought I had Charm Monster, which would have made this a very short fight. But no, I don't have Charm Monster until next level. So instead, I would like to cast Verdant Blast.
Verdant Blast?
I imagine S is swiped out of the way of Null by this sweeping arm, and Null sort of tenses up, but composes himself and does some mystic things. And using his cane as the casting focus, casts Verdant Blast, and I always forget how to roll my dice. Is it just what do I how do I
If it doesn't have a clickable box,
wait, hang on.
Verdant Blast.
Go ahead.
I think you click on.
There we go.
Yeah, you click right onto the spell itself.
Did I cat? Oh shoot. Okay, ignore the second one.
Yep, don't worry, don't worry. Okay, so tapping into the life-giving energy of your homeworld, you emit a blast of rapidly growing roots, branches of vines, and thorns that punctures creatures in a line. Okay, it says in a line.
Yeah. So the line.
get us.
I think it still does. It still does the full 3d6. It just if there was more than one guy, could get all of them. Can the line be vertical? Can they burst up from the ground under its feet, or does it like grow out in a line from Null?
Let me double check.
Either's
Second
fine.
level. Area 120 feet. It doesn't
Line?
specify.
Burst. Yeah, because it says place it. I think that makes like you can do.
What?
Yeah, it just says area 120 feet line burst.
What I'm imagining is Null slams his cane down onto the ground and like a molehill just of vine growth like emanates out from him and then bursts up out of the ground at the feet of the troll.
I just want to double check that it's not something that would hit, like it's not a line out of you, because if that is, you have S in front of you.
Didn't S get moved by the... Or did I just
it got
invoke
hit,
that
but
reality?
I think
you
it
invoke
was
that reality.
like narratively moved, but not mechanically moved.
Yeah.
Okay. If I would know that it would hit S from where I'm currently standing, I would move to the side to cast it.
Yeah, it's just I'm also trying to figure out, because here's the thing: it says range 120 feet. It doesn't specify like where this line is, so I'm just wondering: is it just like 120 feet line?
I believe like with the 120 feet line burst, if it's let me just actually look at
Yeah, I'm reading it. Just tapping into the life-giving energy of your homeworld, you emit a blast of rapidly growing roots, branches, vines, and thorns that punctures creatures in a line, dealing 36 piercing damage to all creatures and objects in the area.
I would say that covers like that'll do 120 feet. If that's how I'm hearing it as a DM, TBH.
Yeah, as a DM, I'm just also trying to understand. Yeah, okay. Yep, okay. You move a bit to the side, and this thing needs to do what?
It needs a reflex save.
Okay. Oh, never mind. In the foundry says place 120 feet line burst. Yeah, it's exactly that. Okay. Reflex save. Let me see. Does it for the troll? It does it for the troll. 19.
Yes, you passed. So I think.
Let me click on damage, see if that will apply to the troll.
Yeah, you take half damage.
It did not apply it.
Yeah.
Do I do damage?
No, I just was wondering.
Ah.
Yep, you did. Okay. 15, that will be half of it. 7. Okay, got it. Yeah, the you moved a bit to the side, and as you summon the vines, they erupt, almost like piercing across the ground. Unfortunately, breaking some of the crops, though the troll was also already stamping through them. So there's a part of you like, well, the troll already did that job for me.
We have
And
bigger
it-
problems.
Yeah, and it bursts across into the forest behind it, where you can see still vines growing, erupting, soil and rocks flying away.
I've introduced invasive plants to this new planet.
No.
You summon the plants.
Non-native
Okay.
plants. No.
But that would be your standard action. Would that be just like what does that entail?
That's a standard action, but nothing else I can do is helpful right now. So that'll be all for me.
Okay. Next in the turn order, S. You. Okay. Sorry. You and the troll are right in front of each other. You saw the vines hitting it, and at this moment, you are what seems to be its more present target.
Cool. I've got an idea of what I want to do. Which is a. Actually, you know what? Let me double check. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna be a little risky here. I have to reload. So what I would like to do is do like a combat roll, and move off to the side as I reload. Yeah, I know, right? And then, and then as I have so that'll be the move action. And then do a harrying fire as my standard action.
Ooh, okay. Basing on the rules of actually, let me see.
Harrying action, harrying fire is a standard action, not a full action.
Yeah, it's a standard action, and you're not technically shooting with the.
Right. I'd still be making my attack roll, but I wouldn't be doing any damage, so I'd still lose my bullet, but.
It's just I'm trying to remember if the attack of opportunity on people doing range attacks, it's a feature or just a standard. I think it's a feature.
It's a feature in Dungy Daggy. I know that.
Yeah. Let's do that. Okay. Harrying fire. You need to roll your attack, and against an AC of 15.
Alright, cool. So I'm moving off to the side, causing some space, and my attack. It's 24.
24. Okay. So for the harrying fire, let me see. Does it spend all your bullets on that?
It doesn't expend all of my bullets. I make an attack roll, so the single one, and if I hit, I deal no damage. However, my ally next to attack before my next turn gains a +2 situational advantage.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think covering fire is the one that spends all your magazine. Then.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You take the shot to more or less distract this creature, so they will have a +2 circumstance bonus to their next attack roll. Good. 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 And that was your move action. That was your standard action. Um, I think we're missing swift actions here in the team, or maybe you
Yeah.
have this. No, you guys have swift actions on your thing, right?
I think the swift action is included in our move, but I don't know. I'm not seeing it. But that's all that I really wanted to do.
It's all right. Okay. Good. 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 Yeah. I think it's missing the swift actions. It doesn't matter. We'll figure out using new tools, new toys. Okay. You do that. Next in the turn order will be
It's
Mac.
me. I'm 30 feet away. Let's move a little bit closer, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So, let's go here where the audience apparently can't see me because this is my plan. Sorry, audience. I'm not even gonna attempt to do a trick attack. That's just I'm not gonna make it.
You've got a +2 bonus.
I've got a +2. I'll
Yeah. You got a +2.
I'll do it. I'll do a bluff.
Okay.
Or actually, I'll
So
do an intimidate. That's a smarter move.
so for doing the trick attack, it's your full action.
Mhm.
And you already did your move action, or would you like to stay where you were and do your full?
I'll stay where I was.
Okay. Yeah, for the sake of purpose of things. Yeah.
Somewhere over there.
Yeah. Again.
It's somewhere in that
Mental
general area.
image.
I don't remember.
Yeah, imaginary, you know, temperate place, and not just in the middle of space with imaginary letters.
The final frontier?
I'll intimidate. Situational bonus is a +2. I'm gonna assume that's a no.
Oh no!
Unfortunately, no, you don't complete it, but you still take the shot for this.
Oh, I'm still gonna shoot it.
Yeah. And for that one, you will get a +2 to hit. I think you can select the +2 when you do
Yeah,
the
I
attack
see
roll.
it. I just have to look for it. 30 against the AC.
Damn. Okay. Hold on. Do crits in this work similar? I think
I
they
didn't
do.
roll a crit.
No. But I'm thinking. Uh, I'm probably confusing rules of Pathfinder and Starfinder. Okay. No, you do your damage. It's gonna be 10 fire damage. Ooh. Ugh. Okay. You take your shot, and though you don't manage to intimidate it to get a better hit on it, your shot still, the laser goes into the
It hits.
Yeah, you hit with the beam of the laser, and it burns into its skin as it growls white anger at the situation.
Good.
Okay. Next in the turn order will be this individual. It will take another shot. The herring is just for the next roll, right? It's not
Yeah,
until your next turn.
it's only for the next turn after.
Yeah.
Not that he needed it.
Nope. How do I do the damage on this? Give me the damage on that. There. Okay. You can hear the thundering sound of the sniper as it gets right into the chest of this creature, this troll, making it real for a moment. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, it hurt. It hurt a lot. Um, And let me see. Okay, now it's the troll's turn. Okay, what will they do? Well, first of all, as you notice, after the shot of the laser pistol, its wounds are attempting to close, but right where it landed and it got burned into the skin, uh, the flesh itself is not managing to close. So it is not regenerating for this turn. And how intelligent is a troll? How smart are you?
Not very, I
No,
would
you're
guess.
not very smart. You're not very smart, sir. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, don't be. I put myself into this situation.
It will bite you.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh no. That
It
thing has never
will.
brushed its teeth.
No, it's still with the blood of whatever it attacked a moment
I
ago.
just
Oh.
It
need to
will.
take a shower after this. It's fine.
Yeah, it will do a bite and a
Probably
claw
wrong
at you
one.
with a -4 on its attack. So let's see how it goes. 14 against your KAC.
14 just misses my KAC.
Damn. And now it's gonna claw at you. 28.
That hits.
Okay, that's going to be 12 slashing.
Cool, 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 cool.
Yeah, as it cuts at you, reeling a bit from, not because it was a very hurtful hit, but mostly because of the size of the claw just smacking at you, almost slapping you left and right the two times it has hit you. And that is his turn. Melodious.
That's me. I'm gonna
That's
cast.
me, Melodious.
It's a man, Melodious.
Melodious.
It's a man, Melodious, a McPherson. I don't know what that was.
Something.
I'm gonna try a spell I've never been able to use before because we've only fought robots. Days weariness. So I'm gonna need. Am I within 40 feet of this guy? I feel like I am.
You are close, yeah.
Good. I'm gonna need a will save.
Ooh, my goodness, what is this spell?
Our
Okay.
Days
troll's good at
weariness.
will.
If you fail it, you take 48 damage and become fatigued. No.
Are you
Okay.
kidding me? Oh my god, it rolled really well on that. Okay, yeah, would that be half?
Yeah, you're gonna take half, and you do not get fatigued, I believe. Yeah. Okay. So.
Yeah, it's half of 48. Hold on, you,
Wait,
you
no.
click on your
Yeah,
save.
why'd you roll a will save?
I was real excited there, but no, you're right. That's incorrect.
Isuki.
It's like, good lord, 29 damage. Okay. How do
Will
I?
be
The other
great.
one gave me the little option to do my damage with it.
Yeah, I'm not sure why this one is not giving it to you.
Okay. How do I
Give it
manually
to
put
me.
in
Dash
backslash R.
backslash
R?
R and then
No, is it backslash? I think it's forward slash. Yeah, it's
I
forward,
think it's
Forward slash
forward slash R. Sorry.
R.
4.
48.
Forward and back and then forward and back and then forward and back and then.
No, it's not. What does it want? What does it
It's
want?
not that. Roll.
The backslash.
Is it backslash? No, it's full.
Space.
Forward slash.
48.
R space 48.
There you
Yeah.
go. I got you.
Thank you.
Damn.
10 damage.
21. Okay. Okay. Still
Sleepy.
10 damage. Okay, that would be. Ugh. Okay.
Power word
Uh,
EP.
As you do that, the air around you, at least for you and the creature itself, there's visible magic happening around you, but the rest don't see how the mind of the troll warps around. It sees you for a moment, seems sleepy and tired, and then shakes his head off. More
The
out of
air
the stubbornness.
The air is briefly filled with the smell of poppies.
Huh.
Makes you make you sleepy.
Right.
I love it.
Next one in the turn order is S.
Cool. Now that I've reloaded, I would like to do a trick attack here. If I can, what I would like to do is, actually, let me actually look at my bonuses here before I decide.
Yeah. What's on your mind?
This is a semantics question, but can S use computers for their turn
Okay,
attack anyway because they're the computer?
No, I wouldn't do that. What I would like to do here is a bluff attack. I want to make it look like I'm reaching for my, I have a knife that I keep on me, but then go again for a up close shot, and use a bluff there.
Okay. Yep. Roll
What do
your
you
bluff.
have? A knife.
No.
That is a 22.
That is its 20 plus target's CR, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm afraid it does not pass.
Fuck!
The DC is 25.
I was so
Oh.
close.
The CR of this creature is 5.
Oh, fuck. I
Dang.
rolled. I clicked on the wrong thing there. I don't get anything, but that's a 26 to hit.
It does hit.
And 6 piercing.
How you want to do this?
Oh, okay. So, basically, I'm still kneeling on the ground from my combat roll, and so I'm imagining that my pistol is right towards the gut and stomach. And so what I would like to do is fire right into where the laser came in from the energy beam earlier, and just like tear right through the innards as this thing falls down.
Okay, yeah, you roll spin, take the shot, and you nail it right where it had been hurt before, managing to cleave with the bullet in and out of the troll. And from all the shots, the sniper shots and the vines and your past shots, it has been made enough of a wound that as it tears up, the rest of the insides of this troll begins spilling out as it tries to hold them and growling before humbling down. You take a few steps away quickly and in a dexterous manner to not being crushed by the body of the troll as it lays down and lets its last gasp of air just leave it.
Well,
As soon as it's clear that it's gone and we're out of combat order, Null's gonna hustle up to S and just like, my God, are you all right? That was a nasty hit. Are you look a little pale? And as he's worrying over S, I'm gonna cast Mystic Cure at 2nd level.
Ooh.
No, just 1st level.
Ooh. You're not that
Boo!
good.
Boo.
Hey, you can roll to save against Mystic Cure if you want.
you know what? I think I'll let you, I'll let you just go for it here.
You get 10 points of healing.
Well, this will regain. I didn't get hit points. All everything that struck me was stamina. But narratively, I'd like to think that some of the tears off my skin are starting to mend back together.
Yeah, you feel, though you don't feel it actually heals you properly, you feel this would have been for greater wounds.
Oh, hi,
You
baby.
feel a bit of a...
Ow. Did you see my tall cat?
I saw the
He
tall
just
cat.
reached up and
Yeah.
grabbed my shoulder.
Yeah, I saw like the
Oh,
paws
ground.
appearing. I just
Hi,
saw the
baby.
paw. Yeah, as you feel, in a way comforted about from a bit of a warm sensation, though you don't feel any better. But it's like, oh, hey, things are good. Things are good.
Gave me a scare there.
Uh,
Like a nasty creature.
while they're doing their cute couple shit over there, I'm gonna disarm myself by basically taking the power cell out of the gun and handing it back to the mercenary who will definitely hurt me
It
as
you
like
hear the
safely as
steps.
possible.
Mhm. Like, do you put it in the ground, or do you like what?
Oh yeah.
What?
I like
Okay.
pop the power cell out, put it on the ground, and like take 3 steps away from it.
You see that it's beginning taking steps toward you, and as you do that, it stops. It looks down at the weapon, looks at you, cocks his head.
And
He shakes his head, goes and picks the weapon, puts the battery back on it, puts it in his holster.
I know it'd be so much easier if I just kept the gun and you could shoot me, but no, I don't make things easy.
Good that you don't make things easy. Makes my job a bit interesting, at least for a bit. But you seem fine.
You should check in on the other 2 over there.
Why would I check on them? They seem already fine. I'm not a medic, if you haven't noticed. Lifts a bit the rifle.
Oh, I noticed.
I'll be keeping a bit more of an eye on you, but in case you could just relax for a bit. I'm gonna shoot you. Those are not my orders, either way.
Aren't we all just acting orders?
Oh no, my orders is that if you do anything out of the ordinary, I knock you down. I don't kill you.
Good to know.
Yeah, still don't do any trouble. It takes a couple of steps back, and you see again how, in a visual manner, he kind of dematerializes.
He just
He's just
fades to dust. He
ninja
disintegrates.
bomb.
Bomb.
Smoke bomb, but you still see it running away around the corner. Just a large reptilian creature just dunking a smoke bomb and then just
Smoke bomb! Shit, and then he just takes off.
gets in a pond of water, is looking at you like a crocodile. Just
Just the eyes. Just the eyes.
the eyes and a sniper rifle.
Just the eyes and the
just-
rifle. That's all he needs.
Yeah, just the optics. Oh man, getting out of train is thrilling. But yeah, the rest of this visit down the planet goes a bit smoother. They find that indeed there were an individual, one of the farmers got grabbed, unfortunately.
No.
But apart of that, Melodious, you do your work as you eventually there's a medic that treats a bit your scrapes and wounds, and they say that you are fine, and each one of you are doing your respective jobs in a way very calm but also refreshing, just being planet side. And Mac, though you know there's someone just watching you all the time, there's a sensation of freedom and kind of a relief of knowing that even if you did get in trouble, they're not going to
He's
just
not gonna
kill you.
kill me. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not kill. It's like it's gonna hurt if I get myself in trouble, but it's not a shot in the head, which it's a mix of like that's a relief, but I kind of wanted the
It's
other.
different.
But yeah, it's different, so it's kind of a bit more relaxing. And eventually, dusk arrived to this planet, which takes a couple more hours, and they don't tell you to go back on the ship or anything. Like even this mercenary reappears again, and just indicates you like you can just relax and grab a drink on something, reminding you that they still have the tracker and can follow you up from orbit,
Oh yeah.
but you can go and get a drink. And this time you see him walking away instead of disappearing.
Just fully aware.
Yeah, yeah. And all of you have a bit of the rest of that day. And as you open your eyes, you're back in the Drelark, and it's a weird sensation of like, wow, that was a very vivid memory of somewhere in the past.
Hmm.
And that's where we're gonna leave tonight's episode.
Oh,
All right. Oh man, I had a lot of fun. But this is where we send off. So thank you to everyone who played. Thank you to all of our viewers. You can tune in, catch us live here. You can catch our VODs over on YouTube. If you want to learn more about World of Witch RP, we've got our website and our Discord where you can join us and hang out there. But we'll see you guys, well, in our next session.